Hello everybody, hope everybody is keeping well, keeping safe, looking after themselves and doing the best. I thought with this video I will talk a little about how I manage my alcohol sobriety. So first, basically, I've been in alcohol recovery, sobriety, whatever you want to call it, for it's over 13, it'd be 14 years this November. So I gave up drinking. I went to alcohol detox in 2007, 16th of November 2007. I've not drank since. So I will share how I manage my recovery. Maybe it'll help, maybe it won't. We are all different, so as long, you know, so we all maybe do something different, but this is how I do mine. Basically, I had a 25 year habit. I mean, I used other drugs as well, mainly stimulants, but the alcohol was my primary drug of choice, and I did that for 25 years, virtually daily. High functioning, went to work, I consumed an average, the average daily intake was around 25 units to almost 50 units. So, and obviously more when there was no work days and whatever. So I went to a detox unit for a month, and then to come off it safely, because you know I lived on my own, and then I did 12 months aftercare service in my local services. So that meant attending groups for 3 or 4 days a week or something like that in work, I remember now. I did have an assessment to go to a residential rehab, but I chose not to because I wouldn't have been able to see my kids, who were young then, for a further month. I just couldn't do that, so I chose to do my aftercare in local services in Blackpool, near where you know, in Lancashire anyway. So hang on a minute, let's get the light back up on this computer. It gives me just enough light. There you go. So yeah, I went to detox for 4 weeks. We did groups daily there. There was a program to follow, and it quickly in one of the relapse preventions, I remember we had to set goals, and my goals were I was going to educate myself again, to gain a career, and then to travel. So they was my 3 main goals. So I had 3 things to aim at there, and there was achievable. I think it's important you make achievable goals. You know, don't maybe suggest you're going to climb Everest backwards with your eyes shut, because it's probably not going to happen. But the goals I set was education, career and travel, and I've done all 3 so far. I did the month in detox, and then I did 12 months in aftercare in local services. That again meant attending groups, and it's important to do this. I attended groups continuously for the next 12 months, and then I did a further year peer support. So I went back into the service and I helped my peers, so helped run groups and things like that. Now, in recovery, I personally believe, obviously, you need to want to stop in the first place. You need to want to do it for yourself, But you've got to understand, it's not a walk in the park. But then again, being an addict wasn't. So if you use that same logic into your recovery as you did into your addiction, you stand a chance. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, and it's how you manage those. Now, like I said, one of the things to do is set goals, achievable goals. Your main goal, stay sober. So if you put your head on the pillow on a night and you've not used whatever it is you use, you've had a good day, you've achieved. But you can set other goals, like I just said before. I personally set education, career and travel. So how I worked that was, while I was in alcohol services and attending groups and had access to alcohol workers and key workers, etc. It'll all be different maybe where you know people live now in different countries. It's important to use that support to help you. But the way I did it was to help me gain voluntary work, which related to the career I kind of wanted to do. And that gets you a foot in the door, and it gets you experience, and it gets you references. That's easily achievable. Then, for me, I actually started using gyms as well. I decided to start going to a gym. After 12 months, did that. Well, I think it was a bit less. I think it was about 8 months. Did that. Then, while still in alcohol services, I started my education. So I did a drugs course, 2 and 3, level 2 and 3, and then I did a study techniques course. It was at the same college. Continued to volunteered in night shelters, homeless. I volunteered in other drug and alcohol services, just to build up the experience. And that is achieving. So it's small things. You only need to do small things to achieve. And once you start achieving and have aims, goals to aim at, when you get those shit days where you could do with a drink or whatever drug it is you use, think of the goals you've set if you really want to achieve them. Think of why you've stopped drinking. I'll share, there's one thing that keeps me really safe, and it was what one of the alcohol workers once said to me was, if no matter how shit you're feeling, if you pick up a drink, you'll feel 10 times worse. And I always think, when the chips are down, when in the early days especially, and still even now, after nearly 14 years, if I get cravings or get that urge, because I still get it, I think of that. But I also think, especially in the early days, when things didn't always go right, and straight away the cravings kick in, because for some reason cravings know when you're vulnerable. I used to think, why would I want to feel 10 times worse? And I've always used that saying along with my ambitions as well. And it's kind of, for me, that simple if you think about it. One, I wanted to stop for me and no one else. So obviously the health reasons, because I was quite poorly towards the end. Well, you know, time blood test was done and liver wasn't so good, and I weren't so good in general, really. I always think, why would I want to feel 10 times worse when shit happens, you know? And that seems to get me through. And it's a good point, because no matter how life can be while you're managing your sobriety, if you pick up or use again, you'll feel 10 times worse. What's the point of that? So don't do it. I know it's easier said than done, but I know I know the struggle with this, and I still get cravings. But you need to have ambition, pick things that you want to achieve. Easy, manageable things. Not easy, but something to go at. Like I said, mine was education, so I went to college again, and then I went to university. I always had something to aim at. Now I've got a nice job, you know, and now I'm travelling, you know, so it can be done, this. I spoke about mental health in another video. While all this is my recovery is going to know how to also deal with mental health as well. But that's something else. This is just alcohol recovery. Let's talk about the alcohol recovery. It's important you access as much support as is available and use it. I didn't do AA, but there's AA, there's NA. They're free to access. Use them. Go to them if you need to go. If you're involved with local services, go to the appointments. If you miss appointments, ring up. Let them know what's going on. Ring up, keep in touch. It's important to have the support, to get as much support as possible. Because it's a long journey and it's a lifetime journey. And you always have to be aware, and you can never be complacent. But I can assure you the life's a lot better without the drink, for me, personally, than it will be the same for anybody else as well. Whether it's drink or any other type of drug you use. Life is much better. There's days when it doesn't seem like it, but there's a lot more days when it does seem like it. There is. You've got to want to do it. And if you've got that belief you can do it, and the want to do it, you know, you stand a good chance. Even if you try once, you relapse, try again. I tried, it was my third time. Don't beat yourself up too much. If you do relapse, start again. But keep trying, because eventually you will stop. But have goals. Have achievable goals. It could be anything. You know, whatever it is you fancy doing. Do it. Do it. You can do it. You know, but just don't pick up. And if you feel like picking up, and you know, just think, why would you want to feel 10 times worse? Because that's what would happen. You know, keep safe, keep speaking to people, engage with your local services, engage with as much support as possible, because eventually, I mean, it took me a good few years, but I did have to battle mental health as well. But you know, I think at the moment, you know, my hard work's paying off, and at the minute life's really good. Stopping drinking was the best thing I ever did. Is it easy? No. Is it a bollocks? It's hard. But so was drinking. You know? So was the damage the drink caused. That was hard. So it's not an easy road. It's difficult, but it's rewarding. And you can achieve mega things. It's, you know, I've been to university. I left school with shit. I left school without. I found out when I went to college that I've got dyslexia. But you just keep going, keep doing it. I ended up at university, you know. I'm travelling now on my own. Got a decent job, enjoy the job. It's took time, but it, you know, I was on ale, I was on the drink for 25 years. So that took time as well. But yeah, I just hope, you know, by just sharing a little bit about my recovery, a little bit, it maybe helps somebody else. So like I say, basically I went to my GP, admitted the problem again. I got referred to alcohol services. I went to a detox unit for a month, did everything in there, engaged in there, set my goals in there. Then I came out, did 12 months in my aftercare services, attended more groups and therapy and whatnot. Listened to what was said, you know, contributed. It's important you contribute to groups. Then I started volunteering, going to college. I did 12 months as a peer support worker in the services that I attended. So kind of, you know, it was like 2 years I was involved in local services and went from there. That's been in a nutshell. But like I say, it's the days, it's the days when things aren't going so well. And, you know, the cravings may kick in. Think about your worst day. Think about, if you use, you'll feel 10 times worse. Why would you want to do that? These things, they go in waves. You'll ride it out. And each time you ride out a craving, or each time you ride out a difficult period, you become stronger. It's like going to the gym. You lift more weights, you become stronger. You ride out more cravings, you become stronger. You know, you get through difficult periods without using, you become stronger each time. And you can achieve your goals, set some reasonable goals. I think they're important. Attend whatever you need to attend, you know, as much support as possible. Yeah, it can be done. Right, I think we're on about 15 minutes there. I don't know if anybody watches these right the way through or not, I don't know. But anyway, I hope it helps, and I hope it helps somebody. And like I say, again, I always forget to thank you to anybody that's commented. Please subscribe, hit the like button, dislike, whichever you choose to do. I respect it. Leave comments, ask me anything, it's fine, absolutely fine. And I will chat to you soon. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.